Okay, so here we are back in the office and all you need to know about boat insurance in Lanzarote. So, in order to set sail in Spain, it's compulsory to take out civil liability insurance for all motorboats or for sailing boats longer than 6 meters. Here are some of the 9 topics I'm going to address in the video of today. 1. What does boat insurance cover? 2. What are the main guarantees? 3. What is covered by compulsory third-party liability insurance? Number 4. How does assistance at sea work? Number 5. Can you sail anywhere at sea and be covered under the same policy? Number 6. How many places should I insure if the boat has a maximum capacity of 8 people, but we are normally just 2 people on board? Number 7. Is theft of items from the boat usually covered? Number 8. What's the difference between British clauses and Spanish clauses boat insurance? Number 9. What value should we tell our insurance company? Okay, so let's get into this. What does boat insurance cover? The boat insurance is intended to protect pleasure boats, both motorised and sailing, and in most cases it can include inflatable and semi-rigid boats as well as jet skis. So what are the main guarantees? Well, compulsory third-party liability is cover for damage caused to third parties. This is the essential and compulsory cover to help you navigate. Voluntary civil liability. Coverage above the amount required by law. Now, Spanish law states that the insurance must cover a minimum of €120,000 per victim, with a maximum of approximately €240,000 per claim. While for material damage and economic loss, the maximum is set at approximately €96,000 per claim. Total loss. Total loss covered by the insurance company when the repair of the damage exceeds 75% of the real value of the boat. Let's have a look at theft and fire. The insurance covers both theft and fire of the boat and the goods inside the boat. That's pretty important to remember. Property damage. Well, this includes damage to the hull, the engine, fittings or sails of the boat as a result of sinking, grounding, collision or impact with fixed or floating objects, storm, fire or explosion, and theft. Next, let's have a look at salvage and marine assistance / towing. The purchase of this cover in the boat insurance covers the cost of towing the boat in case you need help in the event of possible sinking or destruction of this vessel. This is a highly recommended coverage, as after an accident at sea, the rescue teams can pass on the bill for the salvage to the boat owner. Removal of remains. If for any reason the vessel is damaged and the remains of the vessel are left at sea, the insurance will take care of this. The maximum amount covered is normally around €30,000. Nautical assistance. Well, just as when you take out car insurance, you take out travel assistance insurance for your boat. This means that if an accident occurs while you're travelling with the boat, all the resulting costs will be covered. Some of these costs, depending on the insurance company, may be hotel accommodation, care of the boat, medical expenses abroad, or even sending medicines. This cover can be particularly important if you're travelling to foreign countries. This service includes medical advice, medical transfer of the sick and injured, transport of mortal remains, and even sending spare parts for the boat in case of a breakdown. Legal defence. Pretty important. Legal assistance and criminal defence in the event of a claim covered by the contract. Occupants' accidents. Now, the health costs of the occupants are covered by the boat insurance in case of an accident. These are all general things that we can find in general marine insurance. So what is covered by compulsory third-party liability insurance? Third-party liability insurance protects third parties from damage that we may cause them through the use of the insured boat. In other words, it does not cover damage to our boat, but it is important to note that the compulsory insurance only covers civil liability when the boat is in the water. So you might be asking yourself, well, how does assistance at sea work? The insurance company provides the telephone numbers or radio frequency of the Marine Rescue Service to be towed to the nearest port. The insured person must advance the amount of the tow, and the company will reimburse afterwards. Now, another good question to think about is, can you sail anywhere at sea and be covered under the same policy? Well, in many cases, companies insure the internal waters of the European Union, the Mediterranean Sea, and the external waters of up to 200 miles from the Spanish or Portuguese coasts, as well as crossings between the Canary Islands and the Iberian Peninsula. In cases where it is necessary to extend the sailing areas, it is possible to ask our insurer to take charge of the extension. In general, the insurance company will ask for the areas where we're going to sail and the time of the crossing we're going to make. How many places should I insure if the boat has a maximum capacity of 8 people, but we are normally 2 people on board? This is a really important question and something that we get asked a lot of the time. The maximum number of seats allowed on the boat must always be stated to cover passenger accidents, so don't forget that. Another one is theft of items from the boat usually covered? Now, normally damage insurance policies do cover for theft of items. For this though, it's necessary to submit a list of all the accessories you have on board your boat to your insurance company before you take out your policy. What's the maximum age that the boat must be in order to be covered by comprehensive insurance? So the maximum date of construction of the boat is between 15 and 20 years. Now if that boat's more than 20 years old, a survey must be carried out and will be charged to the boat owner. What's the difference between British clauses and Spanish clauses boat insurance? So when taking out insurance for your boat, you should be aware that foreign regulations may apply. This is why some insurers allow you to take out an institute yacht clause. In the former case, the risks covered by your insurer are clearly stated in the policy conditions. The English clauses include everything that is not explicitly excluded. In other words, Spanish conditions work by inclusion, while English conditions work by exclusion. English contracts allow the value of the vessel to be agreed, whereas Spanish contracts insure on the basis of the market value, so the price of the vessel just before the loss. The English clauses normally apply to high value boats. So my personal understanding and my personal preference with this is that it's usually better to insure through the English clauses rather than the Spanish ones. What value should we tell our insurance company? Well, in most cases, companies state that the sum insured should be the actual value of the boat at the time the policy is taken out. If the boat is new, we have to state the value that you paid for it. If we also added a certain amount of extra equipment, we must take these amounts into account as they will be included in the insurance of our boat. If, on the other hand, the boat we're insuring is used or second hand, it's important to check that the value we declare corresponds to the real value, i.e. the value that the boat would have on the second hand market and with the equipment that it has in it. In any case, the average market value of the boat should be indicated, as this will be the amount for which your insurer will compensate in case of a total loss. Okay, so I had a client the other day who called in and asked this question, and they asked, if you do not have a boat registration number, is it possible to take out insurance? Some boats of less than 5 meters or with a foreign flag do not have a registration number. So in this case, you'll have to ask for the chassis number in order to insure it. We might be thinking, the boat has a foreign flag, is it possible to insure that? Yes, you will have to provide the registration number if it has one, or the hull frame number to identify it in the insurance policy. Is it possible to sail without compulsory insurance? All motorboats are required to have third-party insurance. Sailing without compulsory insurance can be punished. Ports usually require it to allow a boat to stay or enter the port facilities. In the event of a total loss insurance, how much compensation will be paid? The amount of compensation will be the market value of the vessel, i.e. the value of the vessel before the loss. So, if you've been down to the marina, like the one in Puerto Calero, you might have looked at all the beautiful boats and had a little look around. And you might, if you've had a keen eye, you might have noticed that some of the registration numbers have like a 6 or a 7, and you might be wondering what that means. So, what are the types of boat registrations in Spain? The regulations governing the registration of boats in Spain establish certain lists in which boats are grouped according to the activity for which they are intended. Pleasure boats are registered in the 6th or the 7th list. In the 6th list, boats are registered for profit-making activities, i.e. rental use. And in the 7th, those are listed for private use. So, after all this, you might be thinking, well, how quickly can I take out a boat insurance policy? In most cases, the insured can obtain an insurance certificate on the same day that the policy is taken out. Taking out a policy is pretty quick and straightforward. To insure the boat, the following information/documents are required: NIE or passport number, boat license, boat documents, address of the boat in Spain, the policyholder's address, and the policyholder's bank account. So not that much really to get your boat insured today. Now you've got your insurance, you might be wondering, what documents should I keep on my boat? Proof of insurance payment, original or bank receipt, i.e. the recibo bancario, corresponding to the last annual payment. You must keep your boat license and your boat documents, the boat's title deed and the boat's traffic card, document authorising a boat to sail, document certifying that the boat is valid to sail. In case of you do not have boat insurance, do not hesitate to ask us for a comparison of the best boat insurance here. There are many insurance companies and different contract options, and for this reason we always recommend that you use the services of a specialist broker who will be able to guide you. If you've got any questions, do not hesitate to contact us directly. My name is William Smith and I'm your insurance expert in Lanzarote. I'm with C1 Broker and we are an international insurance broker that work with more than 26 insurance companies in Spain and internationally. I will search and find the best and most affordable insurance without compromising any of those important covers. Visit me and my team in our office in Tías or drop me an email, give me a call. I will be delighted to attend you and help you look for the right insurance. Remember, in Lanzarote, insurance is William Smith at C1 Broker. All our contacts are here below, and if you like this type of content, help us out by hitting that like button and the subscribe button. See you next time.